Hi everyone, this is Alpha. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't done a tutorial video in a while. I did make some for Mech Wars, and I did post up some videos in this game called World of Robots that I've been playing for about a month now. So I've had a couple of questions come up as to which bot setups are worthwhile making, which weapons are worth upgrading, which setups are most effective. Now, the way we're going to go about this is really, if you look at it, every single bot and every single weapon is worthwhile upgrading. And you can use anything at this point in the game to max level and still become competitive. Here's a couple of options, a couple of setups that I'm going to be talking about, so that way you can get a good grasp on what your playstyle is. So we're going to be looking at that playstyle, bot setups, weapons that are effective, and yeah, let's just get started on this. So first of all, when you open up the game, right, let's just make sure we got everything covered. On the top left corner you have your player level. So mine says 7 and it has my player name there. If you want to change your player name, which I highly recommend, just tap on it and you'll see your name, the profile, and then your Google Play, or if you're on iOS, it's maybe iCloud or Game Center, something different. But either way, you'll be able to save your progress. As you notice, it says save the profile so you do not lose it. Okay, at this point I'm not going to do that. My file is already saved, so I'm just going to continue on with the video. Okay, so that's one way to save your progress. If you do not save it, there might not be any way to recover it, so please make sure you do that. That's the very first step. From there we can move on. Quickly we'll talk about the shop. In the shop you can buy your VIP, you can buy your gems, you can buy your coins if you want to upgrade anything, if you want to rush anything, you know, if you want to spend money, go ahead. But this game is free to play. I did spend some money on it, I'll be honest, but it is free to play. You honestly, if you look at my account right now, I have 11,096 gems and 300,531 gold coins, and I'm already max level and I have most of the stuff already. So really you can play it for free, but I do recommend the VIP, honestly. I did buy the VIP. As you can see, it says 3 days left on it. Now I bought the 1 month VIP, so definitely try it out. Why not? Right? Support the developers, support the game, and you get to enjoy some of the perks of it. So some of it is extra coins, extra gems. When you win a match, or even if you lose a match, you get extra, and you get experience as well, so you're able to level up a lot quicker. In my case, it took me about almost a month to level up to max level. So yeah, if you're looking at advancing quickly in this game, why not get the month's pack, month's VIP, and just go on with that. So let's continue on with with what we were going to talk about. So today we're going to go over here to the armory on the left side. You have shop on top, and then you got armory right under that. So tap on that and you can see all your bot hanger on the bottom. So if you don't have any bots, it'll have like a plus in any one of these boxes, and you'll be able to tap on setup and be able to purchase a bot. Now this is different from other games, because we have a different setup here. So if you tap on setup, what's going to happen is it's going to take you to your storage automatically, and if you wish to purchase any weapons or any bots, you will have to tap on trade. Right under storage you have trade, and as you can see here, you have 3 bots to choose from. Okay, so you have the basic bot, which is 4,000 gold coins. You have the medium bot, or I consider it the medium bot, the SHR42, which is 16,000 coins. And you have at max level, at level 7, you unlock the SHR53, which is 28,000 gold coins. Now, the only difference between these bots for the first two, this one, the 34 and the 42, is the health. Other than that, speed is at 100 at the moment, and that's your basic speed. Whereas the 53 is actually 10 less speed, but it has more HP than both the other bots. We'll go back right now. So we talked about the bots. So as you're starting, you'll start off with this little bot, the SHR34. Now the SHR34 is a nice little bot. It's one of the basic bots. You'll get it right off the bat, and the game actually gives you volcanoes. So here I have cannons, so you can trade and look at your bot, right? Once you have that, you can tap on the weapon slots, and you'll have, for example, you have the volcanoes. So let me get that one. That one's right here. Okay, so I got the volcano on the left, and I got the volcano on the right, and on top I have a PBC. So we'll talk about the volcano first. So I tap on the weapon and it'll open up the information for that weapon. Now, if I wish to purchase a different weapon, I would have to go to trade, and you can see all the weapons down here that are available to purchase, and every single purchase price. If you are low level, it will tell you what level you will have to be able to unlock that weapon. Now, the volcano is the basic stock weapon that comes with it. You have a power of 125, so that's up here on the right box, and it'll give you all the information you need. The ranges were just recently adjusted, so please look into that depending on your playstyle. So 320 is typically your medium to short range that you're looking for. So you have the volcano, you have the Canon BC76, which is a single fire shot, and its reload time is 1.2 seconds. So every 1.2 seconds you'll be able to fire a shot, which is it's a great weapon, honestly. And both of them are very competitive if you can level them up and max them out within your player level. Next up is the titanium shield. This shield still has a couple of bugs to work out, but what it does do is it gives your bot a certain amount of health points added onto your bot. So if you're looking at making your bot a lot more buffer, a lot more tough, a lot more resilient, this is something that you might want to look into. It's a very fun weapon to put in combination with other setups. Now, another one would be the shotguns. When it becomes available to you, the shotguns are very close range combat weapons. So you can look there at the range, it's 170 meters, and the reload time is 1.10 seconds, right? 1.1. So it does fire slightly quicker than the BC76 cannon, but it is great for taking out hordes of enemies. So groups of enemies, this is very, very effective. Next one will be the Ripper. The Ripper is a heavier version of the Volcano. It does hold a capacity of 70 rounds, so it holds more rounds than the Volcano, but the reload time does take a little bit longer, so keep that in mind. And it is 340 meters, just like the Volcano is. The Volcano is 320, so 20 meter difference. Next up, we have the Canon BC76M3. The Canon BC76M3 fires 3 rounds, so it's 1, 2, 3 shots, and then you'll have a reload time of 3 seconds, and then when you shoot again, you go 1, 2, 3, and then again you'll have that reload time. What you do have to keep in mind here is that in between shots, you will have to adjust your aim because of the bullet speed. So the farther you are, it will take longer for that bullet to land on the target. So you will have to lead your targets a little more. And now with auto aim introduced, this has become a little bit more easier, but please keep that in mind. Next weapon up is the flamethrower. The flamethrower is an awesome weapon close up. The downside is the range is only 50 meters, so you got to get really close to the enemy. And if the enemy does manage to escape those 50 meters, it will not do any damage. What's incredible about this weapon is that even if the enemy does escape from your range, it will have already sustained damage from the flamethrower, and it will have a burn effect that will take a little bit off of the enemy. So if he's just left with a sliver, it'll just have enough burn effect to take him out. The Canon BC-150 is an amazing weapon. I would consider it a sniper weapon. It has a range of 720 meters. It's one of the strongest. Now, the only downside with this is the reload time is actually 3 seconds. So you have to make sure you're landing your shots. If you don't land your shots, you will be wasting anywhere between 3 to 6 seconds just on reload alone. And those 6 seconds, you can't be sustaining damage, or enemies can flank you. So keep that in mind. That one will be available at level 7. So it'll take a while to get there, but when it's out there, you can look forward to saving for that. That is 14,000 gold coins. The green laser, for those that have been playing during the AI time, where we got the AI bots, training bots, every single one of those bots was using a green laser. This one has just recently received a buff in terms of damage to rival that of the Rippers. Previous to the buff, the lasers did not do anywhere close to what the Rippers did, because you only have a 12 capacity. It'll fire all these 12 rounds, I guess we would say, even though it's a constant laser. It'll fire it within like about 3 seconds or so. Now, the reload time isn't too bad, it's 1.5 seconds, but again, they're short bursts of laser, so they don't last very long. And if you're reloading for 1.5 seconds, to take out a bot, you're looking at about 3 or 4 full loads of this. So we're talking about anywhere between 3 seconds to 4 seconds just to be able to take out an enemy bot. Meanwhile, you will be sustaining damage doing so. Next up, we're going to go back here. We're going to look at the top weapons. We got the MLRS, which is the first one on the list. Very effective, very worthwhile getting, even at max levels. It's amazing. This one becomes available to you very early in the game. Definitely one of the weapons you wanna purchase. It's 2,000 gold coins. Even though the range says 2,030 meters, you can fire it, but it will not be anywhere close to that. This weapon is similar to, I would say, the shotguns, where the closer you are, the better it will be. The spread of the missiles is random, so don't expect to be just have all the missiles hitting one target. The purpose of this weapon, the MLRS, is to be taking out hordes of enemies, groups of enemies that are coming at you. So if you're at a disadvantage, for example a 2v1, and they're both coming for you and they're both close together, this is an excellent weapon to get rid of both enemies at the same time or deal massive damage. So the reload time is 20 seconds, so please make sure to use these weapons wisely, as the reload time can leave you in a very difficult situation where you can't get out of the way of enemy fire, or you can be pushed or flanked by enemies within those 20 seconds. Next one up is the PPC. PPC is an amazing weapon. I like to use it together with the cannons, simply because it does fire one single shot like the cannons. The reload time is 15 seconds, so it's slightly less than the MLRS, but it only hits one target. If there are multiple targets close together and close enough, you can manage to freeze both targets, as that is the effect that it has. So if you look under the description, it says targets cannot walk for 3.5 seconds. So if you manage to hit them, which would mean that they're out in the open, then you have about 3 seconds to deal some massive damage with your cannons or your volcanoes. So definitely a good weapon to purchase as well if you have the 6,000 gold coins for it. This does deal damage and it does freeze the enemy, and the range is 520 meters, so it's very effective in those ranges. The nano repair, I did not purchase this. I have seen players use it. It's very good in terms of healing up your bot and healing up your friends if they're in your range. So the range is 120 meters, so anybody within that range will be receiving a couple of seconds of healing time. So the duration is 10 seconds, so they'll be able to heal up a little bit from that. So you can put that into your tactics. Now, it does take 30 seconds in reload, so again, it does take longer than the MLRS and the PPC. So use it wisely, use it behind cover, and enjoy the free repair. Energy shield. The energy shield is one of the, I would say, best top weapons that you can put up on your bot. Now, the energy shield only lasts for 5 seconds, so you have 5 seconds of absolutely no damage where you can move from cover to cover, or you can just deal massive damage and then get behind cover after those 5 seconds are up. Now, this is a very tactical shield because it only lasts for 5 seconds and the reload time is actually 40 seconds, so it takes a while to get this back. You do have to use it wisely. If you don't, you'll be outgunned. You can be left exposed, and you could lose technically like that. Next up would be the resonator. Oh, sorry. Before I forget and move on from the energy shield, if you do use it and you get hit by the PPC will actually freeze you for those 3.5 seconds. It will not deal damage, but it will freeze you. So don't think that you are invincible walking down in the open with the energy shield and that nothing will come of it. So you could use it, you have 5 seconds, but if you get hit by that PPC, you only have 2 seconds to get behind cover before you start taking damage again. So it's a great counter in terms of using the PPC on the energy shield. The resonator. The resonator does deal damage, and it deals damage in a range of 120 meters, and this is an area damage type weapon. It stops all targets within that range, all enemies, for 3 seconds. So similar to the PPC, only at a multiple target level within 120 meters. The reload time is 20 seconds, similar to the MLRS. Now, I've seen players use it. It is an effective weapon if used properly. And yeah, if you have the 24,000 gold coins for that, why not? You can work that in tactically with your teammates, and be able to stop your opponents and allow your teammates to move in or flank. This resonator, in combination with other modules that you can put on your bot, will benefit you and can put you in a huge advantage in a difficult situation. The SS-30, which becomes available at level 7, is actually the only weapon that is a guided weapon. Now, these missiles are guided. You hold only 4 missiles in it. The reload time is 20 seconds, like the MLRS, and the range is 1020 meters. Now, everybody can say that this weapon is OP, overpowered, that it's unfair for other players. This weapon also comes with its flaws. One of them specifically is you can't really choose your target, because it will target multiple enemies and it will fire at one of those enemies. So you can't really pick and choose here. And unfortunately, if one of those enemies does hide behind cover or does have an energy shield, they'll be able to block these shots, right? So that is something to keep in mind, even though it does have that long range capability. And the reload time is 20 seconds, like the MLRS. So you don't want to be stuck without being able to shoot and get behind cover. The other thing as well is that it does have a limited range. So if the enemy does get really close to you, I would say it's around 100 meters. If the enemy is within 100 meters, the SS-30 will not work. It will not lock onto that target specifically, so you will not be able to count on that weapon to help you at all at those ranges. Going back, we will look at the modules that you can put on your bot. So first we got the repair pack, which is available for 8,000 gold coins. This was one of the first modules that I've used, that I've purchased, and I've loved it ever since I got it. It repairs your bot while you play, so it's like a passive repair. So it says there, passively repairs the bot. Now, this is amazing because if you can get behind cover, you can pretty much have your bot heal itself, and then when the enemy comes closer to you, you would have enough health to fight again or be able to deal some damage before you get taken out. So that's something to look forward to. You can use a repair pack, use it wisely, put it on a bot that maybe doesn't have to stand out in the open for too long, and you can heal yourself. Next up is the speed booster. This one does cost 600 gems. So unless you're going to spend some money, or unless you got enough gems for this, you don't need it 100%. You can play the game without it, but it is a nice thing to have. The speed boost actually gives you 5 seconds of speed, where you'll be able to move from cover to cover, right? So it's all a tactical thing, and it reloads every 15 seconds. So pretty close to like the PPC. So some people like to use it with bots that they're going to be fighting up close in range. Other people might like using it in conjunction with the PPC and the cannons, so that way every 15 seconds, you can move to another designated spot and start shooting from there. Now, next up here we have the reload booster. The reload booster takes off 15% of the reload time for your weapons, for all weapons. Now, some people like it, some people don't like it, because they consider it not effective enough. I partially agree with that, because 15% might not lead to much of a difference in terms of reload, whereas something like 50%, 50, that would definitely do something. So for example, if something takes like 3 seconds to reload, 50%, well, you'll knock it down to 1.5 seconds, and every 1.5 seconds is a nice reload time. But that one costs 20,000 gold coins. If you do not have enough for that, that is fine. You can purchase it at a later time. There's no big deal. The final one would be the jetpack. Now, the jetpack is similar to the speed boost. The only difference is you can treat it kind of like a jump in terms of other games that you've played. Well, you're just going to go up in the air, then sort of like a curve, and then drop down. while you do this, this only lasts for 5 seconds, so you can get more distance than the speed booster with the jetpack, but it does leave you up in the air, so you will be able to take fire from any enemies in the area. You will be exposed, and upon landing there is a delay before you touch the ground, and you will not be able to move basically until you touch the ground, and enemies can shoot you, so keep that in mind as well. That will be available at level 6, I believe. Now the reload time is 20 seconds, so again, every 20 seconds, or you can get the speed boost, which is every 15 seconds, and that's completely up to you how you wish to play the game. This is a little more risky in terms of gameplay, whereas the speed boost will get you cover to cover constantly, so please keep that in mind. Now that's it for this one. I will be making another video in terms of setups. Okay, so these setups will be another important part of these tutorials, so please keep that in mind. Please subscribe so you can get details on these different setups, different loadouts. So as you can see, like for example, the first one I have a PPC and cannon, next one I have PPC and volcano with a repair module, next one I have some rippers with MLRS and a jetpack, some shotguns, energy shields, and the heavy cannons with MLRS, right? So there are different setups that you can do in this game, and understanding these setups can be useful if you put it according to your play style. So I'll be talking about that more in the next videos, so please, if you like this video, right, please put a like. If you know somebody that's starting the game, or if you want them to start the game off strong, please share this video. And if you just want more information about this game, please subscribe, because I will be posting more content about this, and it can prove to be helpful even for veteran players. So yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one.